Police identify man fatally shot by licensed firearm holder. Police have identified the man who was fatally shot by a licensed firearm holder in Claremont St. Anne on Sunday. The deceased is Undine Kolosh, a labourer of Claremont in the parish. Reports from the St. Anne police are that about 12:20 a.m., Kolosh was at an event when he got into a dispute with another man. The argument became physical, during which Kolosh allegedly stabbed at the man with the scissors. Police said the man, who is a licensed firearm holder, in fear for his life, discharged 2 rounds from his Glock pistol in Kolosh's direction, hitting him in the chest. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, Kolosh was seen lying on the ground with gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Man shot after allegedly pulling knife at cop. A man who allegedly pulled a knife at a policeman who accosted him while on duty was shot, injured, and taken into custody over the weekend. The 32-year-old suspect was apprehended after he sought treatment for a gunshot wound at the Kingston Public Hospital, according to the police. Another man was reportedly shot and injured during the incident, prompting the Independent Commission of Investigations INDECOM to launch a probe. Reports indicate that around 7:30 a.m., police were on mobile patrol in a marked service vehicle when they encountered a man at the intersection of North and Bond Street who began acting suspiciously. The police reportedly signaled for the man to stop, but he refused and continued walking. The reported police drove alongside him, repeatedly signaling him to stop. One of the officers disembarked from the service vehicle and commanded the man to halt, but he did not comply. As the officer approached him, the man allegedly suddenly pulled a broad-handled kitchen knife from his waistband and advanced towards the policeman. The officer stepped back, lost his balance, and fell to the ground. The man reportedly continued advancing with the knife, fearing for his life. The officer, while on the ground, discharged 3 rounds from his M16 rifle at the suspect. Another policeman, in an attempt to prevent the man from injuring his colleague, discharged 2 rounds from his service pistol at the suspect, who then fled on foot. Further investigation led to the police to KPH, where the alleged suspect, who had sustained injuries to his left shoulder, was identified, treated, and detained. People's National Party extends well wishes to Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark. The opposition People's National Party has extended well wishes to Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark on his appointment to the International Monetary Fund. Speaking with reporters, spokesperson on Finance Julian Robinson said Dr. Clark's appointment is significant, but numerous matters will be outstanding at the ministry when he leaves.
I think it is a significant appointment for Jamaican, a Caribbean person, a third world person, to be appointed to this high position. There are a number of outstanding matters that he leaves as Minister of Finance. I would say we're dipping into negative economic growth this fiscal year as a result of the hurricane. We were also seeing dips in our revenues. So I expected a supplementary budget that would have to come in September. So his successor would have to deal with that. We continue to have the cost of living pressures that are being faced by Jamaicans. And also from a budgetary perspective, we still haven't heard much about the funding of the $45 billion, the securitization of receivables, which was announced in the budget in March or April. But congratulations to him on this appointment. Whoever takes over has a full inbox of issues to deal with, including there's still some restiveness among public sector groups around the compensation review. So there's going to be a lot for his successor to deal with in a very short period of time.
Education Ministry notes fluctuations in Jamaica's performance in CSEC exams. Education Minister Favor Williams noted that there were fluctuations in Jamaica's performance in the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC examinations, particularly in mathematics and English. She said Jamaica's maths pass rate for public schools this year was 39%. That's a decrease of 4% when compared to the 43% rate passed last year. The minister advised against comparing this year's maths performance with last year due to breaches in Paper 2 in 2023. She was speaking at a conference to provide a report on Jamaica's performance in May 2024 CSEC and CAPE examinations.
The data show that there have been fluctuations in the regional performance in key subjects, specifically for math and English A. So for 2024, Jamaica's math pass rate for public schools was 39%. And for all Jamaica, meaning public and private and other, that figure was 33.4%. When compared to the regional pass rate of 36%, Jamaican public school students surpassed this figure by approximately 3 percentage points. But when you look at the all Jamaica, which is public, private, and other, there was a decline of approximately 2.6%. I want to issue a caution in terms of the comparison of the figures, the passes for math in 2024 versus those of 2023. If you recall, during the peak of the exam season in 2023, 2 breaches were recorded. The first breach was on May 17, 2023, when the CSEC Math Paper 2 was leaked. CXC reported that it had determined the source of the leak and to mitigate and was forced to use a modified approach where students were graded based on their SBAs and Paper 1. So I would say proceed with caution. I would not encourage a comparison with 2023 for the math exam. I think the best year for comparison would be 2022, because in that year the students would have sat Paper 1, Paper 2, and had the school-based assessment as well.
48-hour curfew imposing sections of Waterhalls. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of Waterhouse community. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Monday, August 26, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. Wednesday, August 28. The boundaries of the curfew are north along Penwood Road from Barbados Drive to Penwood Drive, east along Penwood Road to Gandhi Road in the intersection of Penwood Road, south along Nanspen Road to Gandhi Road onto Penwood Road, and west along Nanspen Road from Nanspen Road to Barbados Drive. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within its boundaries are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. Dwayne Simmet to succeed Dr. Nigel Clark as JLP representative for St. Andrew Northwestern. Three-term counsel for the Chancery Hall Division, Dwayne Simmet, will succeed Dr. Nigel Clark as the Jamaica Labour Party candidate for the St. Andrew Northwestern constituency. The announcement was made in a statement from the Jamaica Labour Party on Monday and follows the revelation that Dr. Clark is set to be appointed Deputy Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund effective October 31, 2024. Noting that there will be a smooth transition of Dr. Clark's responsibilities as Member of Parliament, the party offers its congratulations to the MP on his pending appointment. We support his continued service at the global level. Jamaicans at all backgrounds can be proud that a fellow Jamaican who has made his career in Jamaica is being elevated to service in the leadership of the prominent global financial institution. Having Jamaicans in positions of authority and influence in global affairs is good for Jamaica and good for the Caribbean region, the JLP stated. Simmet Father Derek was an 8-term Member of Parliament for the constituency. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.